You know how I do.
Let's get cracking!
Welcome back, everybody, here to our grand final coverage, game number 3 of Team Empire going up against Fnatic for the D2CL. I'm Toby1. I am joined by Cinderin here in our match, and you know what, Cinder, I know because you got really antsy about it last time, but we're already here in the draft. Let's get it underway.
Yeah, this is an interesting start to the draft in the sense that Empire chose to not ban the IO for the first time this series. After the first 2 games banning it in the first phase, they let it through. And they're going to take the Brewmaster, and of course Fnatic, being Fnatic, will be grabbing that IO. And the question is if they, I was about to say, will they grab the Tiny now? Because else Empire will probably ban it. And they will. So Empire get their ever-faithful Brewmaster Enigma opener that completely crushed Fnatic in game number 1. We'll see if they can make quick work of Fnatic in game number 3 like they did in the first one. They at least don't have to play against the Tinker of Excalibur, which crushed them in game 2. So he will be playing the Tiny. And this is, I think every game he plays Tiny for Fnatic, it is with that IO.
Yeah, 100%. They don't play the safe lane Tiny. I think the only person who was doing that was when Hani plays it when they don't have the Wisp in combination. And then he'll actually play it as like a core role Tiny. But Team Empire, man, they're going to love this start. Again, it's Enigma. It's Enigma. What is Fnatic really going to do about this anyway? They can run dual lanes in the middle lane, which may make it a little bit more difficult for Brewmaster to play there. But Team Empire can just get themselves a nice supporting hero if they feel that's really going to happen. Something along the lines of like Rubik or Venomancer or something like that, just to keep Fnatic at bay in the mid lane. While Enigma just brings in so much money. You saw him in game number 1. Like, that amount of farm which Enigma was able to drag out during game number 1, it was ridiculous. He was sitting at the 3rd highest net worth at the end of the game. Just because he was farming so much and then just pushed it to, like, be so effective for the rest of the team. But yeah, man, right now I think Team Empire will be very happy with their start. And Fnatic, they've already revealed the fact they have their combination hero. So, I don't know if Team Empire are going to feel really too threatened by this at all.
No, what they're going to do, though, is they'll ban out the Lich, which Fnatic got a lot out of in game 1, playing their dual lane off lane. And I think the reasoning for Empire here is, okay, we're going to run Enigma jungle. So we don't want to let Fnatic have a dual lane that can stand well against our safe lane dual lane. So they just removed the Lich from Fnatic, so that's not even an option. And one thing I want to point out about Enigma is that we've talked this to death in previous casts, I guess, about how we talk about how Black Hole is... It's not just about casting the Black Hole and getting a good one off as much as it's about the threat. And in this game, when you're playing IO in combination with any hero and you want to relocate in, you can Black Hole on the relocate spot and they instantly get sucked in when they port in. And that means Fnatic can't necessarily go for the openings that they will want to with this IO Tiny because they need to remember when they port in, they're clustered.
Yep.
And it's something both Enigma and Brewmaster are actually really good at dealing with. When they port in, they can also just clap split instantly with Brew, and I'm imagining Empire will pick even more counters to this. Perhaps we see them getting a carry who is really elusive, like has a blink, or is really good against in these kind of 2-hero skirmishes. Maybe something like a Luna with Eclipse could be a choice, and well, we'll see. Tide is going to go Fnatic's way, though.
Yeah, it's not the hero I was searching for here from Fnatic. Because I'm worried Tide's going to get taken out of the fight straight away. And if you go any kind of mana-burning hero or mana-draining hero over on Team Empire, even as a support role, you could drag support Lion into this, gets level 3, gets mana drain, and Tide Hunter has a really hard time on the off lane then. Not because he's going to die, because hey, he'll still find enough money for an Anchor Smash hero there. But just for the fact that he'll really get shut down the lanes because it's already very obvious. And they're just going to go with the Disruptor, so it still has the same result. And again, it's something which you were going on. Tiny and Wisp arrive, and then they can get instantly put inside the Disruptor ultimate, which means
or you just glimpse the Tiny back.
Or you could do that.
Disruptor gives them so much flexibility here, and I'm starting to see a pattern in this version with across the scenes, actually, that if a team has, with the exception being the last game, I think the team that has superior team fight tends to win the game. It's not obviously not that flat out simple because then teams would be picking 5 teamfight heroes, but in the right cases, I think especially a team like EG loves picking up Brewmaster and Sand King and maybe even Tide in the same game. And their teamfight is just brutal, and they execute it very well. And that's why I thought in the last game Empire was going to run with it, because if they had played that lineup EG style, they would have probably won that game. But yeah, we'll see if Empire's teamfight is going to be good enough here. Love seeing a Centaur coming out from Fnatic. This hero doesn't get picked that much, but again, to me, it's just one of those heroes just really not that good on the Dire off lane as compared to the Radiant one.
This won't be a Dire off lane in this one, and Team Empire got this perfect. Team Empire got this perfect. That Viper pickup, it's 100% what they should be looking for. You're running a 4 melee lineup. You're running a 3 melee lineup and a 4 strength lineup. So Fnatic's got a crap ton of life points, but they can get so easily kited in this matchup. And that's where I think Fnatic's really going to have some trouble on their lane. And the fact that, like, when they all jump in together is Centaur ulti, let's all get in there and kill the Viper Enigma hole. Like, that's what's going to come your way now. Disruptor ulti, Enigma ulti, Brewmaster clap. He doesn't care if you come in, like, in close on him. You need to keep the stuns going, which is Avalanche, Hoof Stomp. The burst damage is really nice, but they can get through the Brewmaster. They can probably get through the Viper, but they have no way to put them all together. I can almost feel like they need like something like a Darkseer vacuum to even make this combination work properly. Like a jump in initiation to a follow-up hit won't be enough when you can get kited by Viper, by Glimpse, by Enigma Malefice, and a 4-strength lineup when you got Midnight Pulse. That thing is so huge, Fnatic even breaching high ground is going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, and if Empire didn't have this type of draft right now, if they could still get their offlaner, I think this could be a Timbersaw game. With 4 strength heroes for Fnatic through the melee, that would be pretty legit.
You just run Brewmaster safe lane, Viper in the mid,
won't do that.
Enigma in the jungle, and Timbersaw off lane. Yeah, that could work.
They could, but they won't. This is not, and I don't think that would be an Empire pick.
Resolution's played Timbersaw in mid before.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I would love to see it. It's not that. I think it would be really cool and actually be a good pick, but I don't think, first of all, I don't think Empire need it. I think it might be overkill in one regard, just having way too much mobility and damage, but not enough carry power later on in the game, because if this game goes late game, you're playing against IO Tiny with Stampede, and now even Avenge, which is one of the best late game supports. I think you need, either as Empire, you play it like game 1, where you just play insane roaming ganking and just find kills everywhere, or you need to secure yourself a little bit better for the mid-late game. They've got great fighting potential. I'm looking for a carry as the last pick. I don't think they're going to get the Void, though. I think Silence Void play in the last game was actually left a lot to be desired, and I think he's 0-2 with the hero.
I think you're on the money when you said something like a Luna.
I think Luna could work.
But she needs to have space to get the BKB.
Yeah.
Like that's the primary thing.
Yes.
Or else she's like up Shite Creek without a paddle. Like, it's not going to be good. I'm also wondering, too, if Fnatic are even contemplating going a level 1 Roshan. Like, the VS is the only thing that really flags it for me as far as potential as a combination. And hey, we get ourselves a TA. So that's going to make it really difficult to get burst damage on her. And her return damage into heroes like Wisp and VS, once she has like a Blink Dagger, Resolution could just pop these 2 supports. And then it's just a 3 melee heroes getting kited by Viper and Enigma and everyone else.
This is a pretty solid TA pick. I could imagine Resolution really taking off in this game. The thing I always look for first when I see TA, the thing I care more about than anything else is how many instances of damage does the enemy team have. And I've cast a couple of Chinese games over the last 2 days where TA was picked against Death Prophet and Shadow Shaman. Then you like run in with Refraction on it, it's just gone. Like, why would you even pick that hero? One of the games, Mushi went 0-9-1. You know, well, he's one of the best TA players in the world, and he couldn't play the hero in that game. This game,
you get like 2 from Avalanche, you got 1 from Toss, you got Anchor, Gush.
5 seconds.
Yeah, the only thing that deals damage, many instances of damage, is Avalanche. There's nothing else. You could argue that the Spirits do, but that really depends on the timing, and you need to, you know, they're actually dodgeable. But if the Avalanche is used, TA can make a lot of plays in this game. There's very little controlling her. Everything else is just burst damage. You know, TA is exceptionally good against a hero like Centaur, where you run in, you hoof stomp, and you double edge, and you're like, oh well, I dealt 0 damage, great. I basically killed myself more than the enemy hero. So he has to be careful with how he uses that. I love the TA pick here. I think it was a really good choice for a solution, and Good decision here from Empire. We'll see if he makes it work. I think this is a game where if Resolution has a good start, he could go completely crazy in this game.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those like 20-minute GG calls if Resolution gets that kind of start. But at the same time, like if Fnatic is given space, their lineup really could be very, very effective. But they need to get like the higher maneuverability. It's almost one of these games where I'm wondering if it's going to be worthwhile still getting a Blink Dagger on Tiny, even though Wisp is in the pool. Like, you need to get that Blink Dagger on Trixie. No matter what happens here, he must get a Blink Dagger. But I'm almost thinking like Excalibur, Tidehunter, Trixie, they all need to have higher maneuverability items. I don't care if it's Force Staffs or Blink Daggers or even the drums may just be enough to justify it. But they're gonna need something to make sure they can keep up with Team Empire. Because you can have Phase Boots over on Resolution. You can have Mag with his own Blink Dagger and Split, which is very difficult to control. And then you got San, who's already got like an innate slow, both from Corrosive Skin, Poison Attack, as well as the Viper Strike. So all of these things together is going to hurt.
I just want to see Tiny tossing in Tide. That's such an old classic from early in Dota 2 when that actually started getting used frequently. Then it kind of fell off, and Fnatic was one of the teams that brought it back a few weeks ago. They actually started using Tiny without IO and just used Toss very, very well.
You know what I want to see, Sind? I want to see Techies being tossed by Tiny.
No.
Yes.
Oh God, no.
Yes.
The battle begins.
Yes.
I think I might be one of the players in the game that is least excited about Techies. I just have memories.
The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Count to 3.
I actually think Techies. Speaking of Techies, it's actually I would love for that hero to get some sort of a rework. But still have the same kind of theme, but just work in a little bit of a different way. I think it's...
You just want to remove the whole explode himself thing, don't you?
No, that's actually okay. He does need to be explosive in that way. It's just... I don't know. I guess it's hard to explain how I feel about that hero, but I also haven't played with or against it for like 4 years now, so maybe it's going to be refreshing when it comes out. We'll see. I'm just one of the haters, I guess. It's like one of the heroes where...
I'm one of the lovers, man. I will buy every Techie set, and I will do everything with that hero.
It's just one that really splits the crowd. There's like Techies lovers and Techies haters, and there's like no one in between.
Oh, they found Honey. Honey cuts his way free on the bottom lane. He's almost level 2 from this. It took him a while before Disruptor actually, like Vanskor found Honey in the tree line. He's trying to play Demon Dota right now, but this worked perfectly for Honey. He's going to get level 2, which means Kraken and Anchor, which means it's very difficult again to kill off this offlane Tidehunter. And didn't have to burn through too many consumables to be down there. Top lane, Mag. I know he's got Drunken Brawler as well as that Stout Shield, but that's a lot of damage. The Hoof Stomp's already been used, and look at Trixie. He's body blocking him up. He can't wait him out long enough to actually get that Hoof Stomp off cooldown. And Mag, well, if he hits level 2 and can get himself a clap, what is going on here? They can't make up their mind which way to go. Fly's had all this time to attack him, and Mag, well, he's like, well, I got no camp to deny myself off to. TA's taking some damage in the meantime in the middle lane by Wisp as well as Tiny. But Mag, Fly sticking with him. Magic Missile in a little bit of time, and we'll have a moment to think about the life universe and everything.
What the hell was Mag doing?
I think he was worried about jumping down, but Trixie had no mana. He couldn't hold
They had no mana on either hero, and he knew that because else he wouldn't be running in circles like that. Then he knew he was going to die to spells.
It's like, I can body block him until I have enough weight. There's no stick charges, there's no clarities, there's no nothing.
That's a lot of respect for Trixie there by Mag, not to just try to keep running down. He's actually expected Trixie to be able to body block him for like a full 10 seconds straight. Else Fly wouldn't have been able to kill him. But, well, they really bullied him off the lane. That was really well done by Fnatic here. He's gonna not even be level 2 at 2 minutes in the Radiant offlane, which is very rare. And that's against a dual lane as well, so nice job here from Flying Trixie.
You know what I think he was just waiting for, man? It was just his level 2. I'm pretty sure he sat there going, if I can get level 2, I can clap Trixie and take first blood. I think that was what was in his mind at that point. Because he was so... one creep had to die. Just one creep for the cause had to die. But the problem was his entire creep wave took aggro onto Trixie. So because of that, the creep wave wasn't actually killing off the other creep wave, and all of a sudden he's sitting there going, well, okay, this is just really crap. And Trixie's getting a lot of farm up in this top lane. That's why I'm like when you said before, like it'll be a Centaur off lane. It's like, not in this situation. This is a safe lane Centaur. 100% ensure his farm to get Blink Dagger. Heine can play it rough for now, but the second that Blink Dagger comes off Blink Dagger is up, Their Centaur rotates.
Well, I think this is first blood.
Bottom lane.
Ani's not getting out of this one. Glimpse is available. I don't think they'll even need to use it.
No, they don't. One last attack with another toxin, 100% guaranteed. So
yeah, he got too overconfident there. He can't play like that against a Viper. If
like
he gets
top lane?
the moment he gets
Mag?
caught, he's dead.
sorry.
Okay. You know what that stun was? That was almost close.
Alright, there's a mathematical equation for this one. Position, we have X to Y to fail.
Yeah, no.
Now Mag's in trouble.
Oh,
Full
boy.
stop double edge, and all of a sudden Trixie can
He's
make up
actually
for it
gonna
if only they had a little bit more damage. And they're pinging. They're asking for someone to rotate up because, like,
Where's Daddy? Daddy's staying middle.
Yeah.
Come on, Daddy.
He doesn't have mana for anything. The courier is currently busy, and now middle lane, Excalibur decided to get aggressive on resolution while the Wisp was away. That wasn't going to work. But I think you want to take the damage now. In fact, Mr. Big Daddy has to take the damage so he can actually regenerate them both. There you go. Now he can tether and regenerate.
And look at this mid lane. They're playing 2-on-1, but Resolution has the same farm as Excalibur. When you play IO tiny lane,
they're in
if you're
trouble
not satisfied
now.
with that, yeah,
With a
Excalibur, he's
DD
done
rune
for.
from Venscore, they didn't even. It glimpses back his body. You cannot take that home to your parents. And that's just you can't battle against that. You remember like a month ago, like Disruptor was the biggest pickup, like the biggest pickup you could get. Every single fight was just like, well, we turn 1 into 2, or we turn 0 into 1. Every single time you could. It was wonderful to watch.
He is an amazing hero. He's also my favorite support to play, actually. Just what you can do with that hero is just, it's amazing. You can, the way you restructure fights, the way you mess up movement from the enemy team, he's such a great hero and has so long range on the glimpse as well that you don't even need to expose yourself. It's beautiful to watch. It's one of my favorite heroes to both play and watch, actually. And Vanscore's been doing a great job so far, setting up 2 kills at 5 minutes, securing Silent an easy lane of farm here. And Tide, who was looking okay in the start. Actually, Hani's still level 5. He's been doing very well when you think about it. He died, but he's level 5, and Mag's level 2 in the Radiant off lane. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, it's been rough for him, but they don't care while they're running an Enigma. Like, this Enigma's almost level 6. He's having a great old time. I don't see a real problem as far as like Empire's income. I don't see a problem for Resolution. Like, I'm wondering if Resolution's also considering finishing up the treads. Okay, there's the damage. Okay, Resolution, Meld, spirits are out. He needs help. Enigma can't help him though. Enigma's too low on life to come in here, and they've got toss in 1 second, and he just tossed. Whoa, he tossed him away! And now Venscore's gonna get a kill on Excalibur. They're glimpsing him back all the way down, and Resolution's like, boom! I say thank you, sir.
The mysteries.
Oh, that's gotta hurt so much.
Mistakes were made.
That's gotta hurt so much. I actually... Yeah, that toss could never work. You can't toss an invis target.
Yep.
I think that's impossible.
And
of course, you need to have vision.
He couldn't toss it to himself. He basically needed some unit around here, because you can't toss on the spot.
Yeah.
You had to go to something, and he was too far away.
That was really strange, because Noto could have just stayed there.
Yeah, if he stayed there and then like Tani walked back here and then tossed a creep back that direction. But that would have been so obvious, he'd just walk away. But then again, Wisp needed 1 attack because there was no refraction charges up at that point.
That was really, really unfortunate and could have easily been avoided. If nothing else, they could have just got out.
They're coming for Excalibur. And no doubt, he can't relocate him out of this one, but he's going to overcharge as well as heal up both of them. There's your Black Hole commitment. And Mag, well, he's got Clap available and just lets it drop. TA will take the first blood here in the mid lane. And my question about, I wonder if he's going to build Treads right now or finish Magic Wand or build up Midas. Might be answered pretty shortly because he's got a lot of money and could just pick up the Midas. Hani, you can't kill Vanscore. You get sent away by Glimpse.
I think he's considering the Midas right now, which would be insanely fast with the lane he's had.
Yep.
He's got 21 CS, 7.5 minutes in, but almost has the Midas because of his 3 kills. It's looking really, really good for Resolution.
The only thing that would make him question if he should have the Midas or not is Trixie. Because we've still got Centaur with 1600 gold up here. The Blink Dagger's not going to take long now. And that may be his real undoing. Because if he goes straight in for the Midas and finds himself like without enough life points, without enough strength to survive the attack, he could be in a lot of trouble. But I suppose when you got Refraction, you kind of feel like invincible anyway. Even if it's not really the case, you can feel that way.
Radiant's top tower
And a
is
regen
under
rune just
attack.
got scouted on the bottom lane, so he's got that to boot. Yeah, no man,
It's
the
true.
Midas.
The one thing that could be Resolution's downfall in this game is if he starts feeling too comfortable, because he is still a fragile hero, and Refraction can sometimes give you a feeling of false safety that you just can't die. And I would almost say that in this game, he can press it a lot more in this game than you could in other games, but still needs to be careful with the Spirits and Avalanche. But if those are used, if someone else gets initiated on, I think Resolution
Trixie.
can just go really deep.
He's Centaur ulting into... Whoa, Trixie! Man doesn't have Blink Dagger, but Trixie, the tower attacks him, they're glimpsing him back up again. One beat in and Vanscore's right on top of it. He almost got solo experience from that one, while Silent hunted down the Vengeful Spirit and they denied the top tower. They triggered the Centaur ulti to get in range for the tower, and then all of a sudden fortification, while Hani ravaging bottom lane, always on a fly, Maleficent, but in comes Big Daddy to slap down the pup of always want to fly. 6-1, Fnatic finally get themselves on the board, but it costs them a ravage, 2 heroes and a denied tower.
It looks like Empire is angry after that last game.
They might get even more angry. Excalibur, avalanching Silent. He's still got 2 1-charges up his sleeve, and the wall and Disruptor ulti. Excalibur's taking some considerable damage from this, as well as... Oh, fly!
Oh, fly!
He
Oh,
walked
whoa.
into the storm! You don't walk into a storm! You ain't Meg Ryan! You can't battle the Twister!
That was really close. I'm not sure about that Static Storm usage. I think he had Glimpse available. Maybe he thought he had mana for both, but he had to choose between Glimpsing and Storming, and maybe he thought he could get the kill and they could get out, but maybe the Glimpse is too risky there. If they try to Glimpse Tiny back, maybe he turns on them, or if he wants to Glimpse out Venge, Venge will at least get her stun off before she gets Storm back, so perhaps it was the right call to just see if you could sneak the kill and then get out there. And yeah, this game looking so good for Empire already. 3,000 gold, 4,000 experience. The TA who was supposed to be countered mid has a 10-minute Midas with Boots, Bottle, and Stick.
It's a really sad day when I have Nahaz actually correcting my movie trivia. I apologize, it was actually Helen Hunt.
Yeah, I'm just laughing at movie references because I don't understand them, so I just assume you're right.
Have you ever
I have
watched...
seen very...
You have seen Twister, right?
No, I have seen very few films compared to other people my age, I guess.
Man, how are you going to know
So many
what to
film
do?
references people make, and I just don't understand that many of them. I don't watch that many films. I like watching films, I just don't do it that often.
Dude, you need to be around from the days when sand was economy.
Oh yeah! Wait, what? Okay. Alright, let's go on.
Too young, Sind. Too
Yeah.
freaking young. Either that or Denmark just isolates the youth.
Yeah, it's the country.
Yeah,
It's not
obviously.
the person. Blame the game, not the player, right?
Well, as long as you can quote the 5 members of eHome back from like from 2008, that's okay.
Ooh. Now I can quote 2010 maybe. That was the big eHome team. See, you got that one wrong. I don't even think eHome was around in 2008, were they?
Pretty
Ah,
sure
maybe
they were.
That was really early. That was like they were called something with 7 at some point or something. Oh well, that's a long time ago.
We can have our history lesson for this one later.
Top lane, Trixie's getting in position. He has his Blink Dagger now.
Dyer's top
The
tower
only major
Yeah, they're
problem
gonna
he's
go for
got
it.
is the fact that Vanscore has ulti available, and there's Black Gold too. So he goes on Vanscore, Relocate's coming in, Maleficent already, Hani lets his rip, but the Disruptor ultimate has caused massive problems. Fly couldn't throw out his stun, now he's actually out of range, but he's going to go down the Viper, while the Brewmaster got his split off. So Excalibur, there's your Black Hole, and he actually relocates one out. The Trixie, unfortunately, has to hang around for the party. Anchor Smash from Hani, I think he thought maybe it might be enough damage to kill off the Enigma, but now he'll lose his life, and a double kill comes in from Resolution. Trigger that hand of Midas and bathe in money.
Radiant's
Mr.
bottom
Scrooge
tower is under
McDuck.
attack.
Yeah. Oh, I got that reference. It would have actually been a full team wipe if they didn't get out again with Io and Tiny, so...
From cartoons for
Radiant's
Syndrome.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under
Yeah,
attack.
I'm actually just a little kid. There's a Blink Dagger from Mang. Gonna pick this one up now, head back to base. But overall, what was that? That was a 3-for-1 fight for Empire. They also got the tier 1 top tower, I think. No, wait, that was... Yeah, they got the tier 1 top tower.
Yep.
And yeah, without that relocate out, that's just an absolute disaster for Fnatic. That Static Storm, like you said, from Vanscore was huge.
Perfect.
It created so much space in that fight, allowed Enigma to survive the initial burst, allowed him to get the Black Hole off in the end, and yeah, just perfect placement from Vanscore. And it shows those ultimates, it's not only about dealing the damage and about silencing, but it's kind of in a sense similar to Enigma's Black Hole, where you make a zone that you just can't stand in.
Yeah, man, it really was perfect. Like, you actually look back up to the top lane. So the Static Storm basically took it here. You had VS caught on one side of the field, which he was actually inside the box but had to walk out that direction. And then you had 1, 2, 3, which all had to move themselves around into the tree line before they could start to fight. They actually bought like 2 seconds at the start of the engagement, and then it also split the Fnatic lineup, so they actually had to remove their stuns. Or at least their only remaining stun after the Tide used his Ravage.
Oh, honey.
He's okay. He's stuck on top of the tower, and Empire has no creep wave. So they're not diving into that for him, man.
They're going to get this tower for free, though. I don't think Fnatic wants to try to fight without Ravage. Even though they have Relocate and Tiny does have his drum, he's not strong enough to take these kind of fights yet. I think this is going to be a freebie here.
They could delay it long enough. Okay, maybe not when Resolution comes in, because they have Fortification, and they're going to go for a trade.
If Meld worked on towers.
Broken.
Would be pretty good.
It'd be like the new pushing hero, man. That would make like Templar Assassin the pick of like mid. It'd be like, because DK was always that kind of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of TPs coming in. And Glimpse is dragging Excalibur back. Maleficent to follow up. And Viper Strike will also go. Now, Wisp relocate. It's tossing Resolution back. And Wisp, well, he's up on top lane with Excalibur. Centaur is going to trigger here. Where are you going? It's Hardy for the Ravage. Trixie actually needs up a double hoof stomp with a double edge, and Excalibur and Big Daddy, they come back to a, well, already dead lane, and then toss up. They're looking for San, who's trying to battle up against Fly, but he will not succeed with this one. Fnatic just took a 3-door split! The double edge actually managed to trigger it there, but now the Brewmaster split will go. Let's see how much he can mop up right now. He's the cleaning lady, looking to dust up Fnatic, but now he's down to only one Brewling. He's dead! He actually managed to kill off the Brewmaster. He's down for the count.
That was perfect from Trixie there. Great decision. I think what I was thinking there, and I imagine that's what Empire were thinking as well. Okay, guys, we managed to force them to relocate out. We're in a pretty good position in the mid lane. We have vision. They're going to come back with IO only, and we're going to get a free kill. And then Trixie, before the relocate comes back, he sees that 2 heroes are stacking. He gets the perfect double stun, double edge. Sounds like a burger. And then Tide went in and got the double Ravage as well. And very, very easy fight here for Fnatic with that opener. And Trixie just making very much out of that situation after they bailed out the Tiny. Very nicely done here. And a little bit of a swing down. Still a pretty big lead for Empire, but it's definitely manageable. You know IO Tiny can come back.
I would like to submit a challenge to the community. Or to Valve. Please, at one of like the dinner parties we have at TI4, please actually create the double edge burger.
Actually sounds bad. It's like really sharp and stuff.
Really? For me, it makes it think like it's one of those things that gets like, you know, you have like those little mini burger things you get. There's like a double edge burger, so it's like it blends 2 burgers together.
So it's got like 4 edges.
Yeah.
It's like a square burger.
Like a. Well, that just seems too plain, man. Like someone's gonna come up with a better idea for a double edge burger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That sounds
Witnessing a tower trade right here.
Yeah, tier 1 for tier 2. So tier 1 on the bottom lane goes the way of just the Dire side, even though Excalibur's there. But this mid tier 1 tower is dead, and with Resolution with the Blink Dagger, no one wants to come anywhere near him. Also notice too his amount of money. He's got, for 16 minutes in, he's got minus Blink Dagger, but 1,600 gold after finishing strength treads. It could be a very quick BKB coming out from Resolution, or what would be scarier, a Desolator.
I think BKB is the best choice. He's going to get that as well. Because, as we talked about with the amount of damage sources that Fnatic has, they don't have fast physical damage. They've got Avalanche, which deals 4 instances of damage, and then they've got the Spirits from Io, which is 5, but those don't hit BKB. So if he's in BKB, he can't die. There's like no way. Tiny has abysmal attack speed still. 3 levels in Overcharge is not going to be enough for Excalibur to do that when he starts getting Grow level 2.
Does Fnatic really have enough power to do this?
If they don't get spotted out, and it looks like they won't. Empire has no idea.
It's how many life points though they have to like. They're tanking up a lot to make this work. Like
Io's pretty good at that.
True, but when everyone's missing from the lanes, it's gonna flag something.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think Empire realizing it now. It's too late.
Yeah. Everyone's missing, but they've got it.
Sneak here. And that's a blink for Tide. It's an Aegis going on the Tiny. So now he can play it really aggressively in the front lines, and they won't have to relocate him out with No-Tail in the next fight. So maybe they can make a couple of plays here. Still need to be really careful with how they fight into the TA, and both TA and Enigma BKBs are coming up in the next 5 minutes. Enigma is only the recipe away, and so is TA and 50 gold. it's going to be hard for Fnatic still, I think. They've been doing a really admirable job over the last 5 minutes, but it's still it's a really big mountain to climb right now.
It's going to get bigger right now. Empire's moving up to the top lane. Resolution is now a recipe away from having his BKB. And, well, there's no warding to actually see Excalibur. They'll move up, and now they'll see it. Mag, Blink, and Resolution along with him. The Avalanche will go, but there goes your Aegis the Immortal. TA Trap prepares, and Brewmaster, look at him, he goes straight and split, realizing Hani was going to come in here. Disruptor ulti, VS swaps Excalibur out of this one. Resolution still enabled. Meld hit, where's it coming, man? Flies away to safety. The Wisp goes up and towards the air, and they're focusing on Excalibur. Black Hole committed to kill off the Tiny. They just wanted some advantage from this fight, and they managed to pick it up. That's always going to fly level of commitment.
I love how they used 5 ultimates, and they killed 1 hero.
Well,
everyone else got bailed out by the Stampede from Trixie there. That would have been 2 or 3 kills at least without Stampede, so they minimized their losses, but still that was an Aegis being used, so it was technically 2 kills, but only on 1 hero. But big ultimates were used by Fnatic as well. Ravage was used and no one died on Empire, so they're going to siege high ground here.
Yep.
This is a bold play, but I think they can actually go for it.
I don't think really they're looking to hit anything here, man. Like, even with Ravage down, the other abilities down, they have nothing. And they don't want to risk anything. Like, you've almost got, okay, you can have 3 BKBs arriving within the next 2 minutes.
Oh, is Viper getting? Yeah, Viper's close too, you're right.
Viper actually skipped going his Aghanim Scepter to just pick up the BKB. Resolution
a really good choice.
Has 400 gold before he has it, and Enigma is already on his way. He's got Mithril Hammer in the Ogre Club, and it's sitting at 1,000 gold. So in 2 minutes' time, you're going to have triple BKB. Tidehunter then will be a very, very sad watermelon.
I think it's likely that Empire can end the game in that 3 BKB push. Fnatic don't have what it takes to deal with that yet. They need to bait out the BKBs or get a fantastic initiation before they come off, and then they need to buy enough time for the BKBs to expire so that they can actually fight. If they try to take a good team fight, even if they hit all their spells, if the BKBs are used remotely well, I still think they're going to lose the fight, but they might get Mag first. Easy kill.
Man, they were dead before that relocate even arrived. And then
Silent.
maybe
He's gonna get out.
He's also got an illusion rune to back him up, and he already spent his money too. Now look, they're actually turning for this one. Because relocate's down. They don't have Tide Ravage. It's still on cooldown for 30 more seconds. And Silent, he needs some movement speed. Okay, he's found Fly. May as well throw the ulti out anyway. And Glimpse, Fly's coming all the way back into a wall. Knew he was dead. But Excalibur as well as Notal, they're again pushing up this bottom lane. Avalanche toss through the creep wave means this tower actually will take no damage because there's a catapult there. So it's going to keep that creep wave at bay for a very long time.
And Resolution has managed to pull the reverse James Bond. 700.
Really?
We thought, still better than your jokes, come on. Like, we were looking at early game that this was going to be a good TA game, and we're seeing it right here. He gets off to a good start. He is commanding this game right now.
Man, you probably didn't even know I took it to Scotty Pilgrim during this game. Resolution's in trouble on the bottom lane. Maybe he will actually get done. License to kill for Trixie going on Resolution. They got him down already. Hani, he's backing up. He's actually got Ravage available. Disruption Ultimate will come out right now. It's over on Trixie. He needs to get out of here. Unfortunately, he's got the urn ticking out in him. Centaur Rolly will not save him from this because the Glimpse, it drags him back down again. Notal, he's trying desperately to save him. Relocate's coming off cooldown now. Maybe he can pull him out. He kind of has to, but Mag runs over the top of him, slaps down Wisp, and now they move into Excalibur. San triggers the BKB. Hani doesn't want a bar of this. Tiny is gone. A triple kill for the Brewmaster from Team Empire, and Hani is running away with his tail between his legs.
But that was still worth it for, I don't know, was that worth it for Fnatic? They got a 2 for 3, but they ended a 7 kill streak. Who got the gold for TA? I actually can't see that in the history anymore, so I'm not sure who killed him.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But that's a lot of gold going to that hero. So just looking over the gold of the heroes, I'm assuming it was Tiny. He just finished his Ags and still has 1,300, so it was him or Tide. And Tiny's going to start reaching the point when he can fight. It's not there just yet. They still need a bit of time, but they bought time with that initiation. But, oh, Honey, good blink.
Double tap.
Really good blink. Tier 2 bottom might be at risk. No, actually, Empire, don't try to commit here. That might also be the right call.
They're still missing their money, man. Like, you know, I was talking like the BKBs coming up, which is obviously great, but Silent needs to work into this Aghanim Scepter again. He's now like 1,400 away. Mag is only like 600 gold away or so from having his own Aghanim Scepter. They'll want to fight when this is up. Even Disruptor, Point Booster, didn't even buy Arcane Boots, which I think is very selfish of you, Vanscore. But he'll be there for the fight now, and wanting to have the Aghanims upgrade. Because once he's got that, he knows he can control anyone if they get a BKB. Then again, is anyone even in this game going to get a BKB? Centaur's building Pipe. Ooh, he can buy it now, but we'll have to sacrifice his buyback. Tiny is the only one, but he needs to get like Yasha or Hyperstone before he can consider this.
Yeah. BKB isn't that good against Empire's lineup anyway. They have so much physical damage. It's good to get the control against the Brewmaster and the Disruptor, but TA does high physical damage, so does Viper.
Caught in the wall. TP's on the way in right now. Oizon and Fly just have hole. And they actually lose the tower here, and Wisp relocate. Ends up dragging Excalibur to the top lane. He can actually force out the tier 2 tower. And look, Empire's not quite sure. It's like, do we defend the tier 2 tower, or do we wait for the Wisp to actually drag him back? Now, Wisp comes back, and Silent waits for him. There's no creep wave to actually drag No-Tell away from this one, so he will die here in the middle lane, while Resolution, he's hunting Fly. Blinks up, but he got stunned up. Viet's got the stun. Hoof Stomp, Avalanche, as well as Anchor. Resolution just gives his life over willingly. While Mag, he's about to blink up. 2 seconds. 1 second. Blinks up. A Ravage. It goes on Vanscore. They get rid of the Disruptor, and now Mag is in no man's land. Enigma will come in. Midnight Pulse again. They're tossing heroes around, but it's the BK beat up heroes. Brewmaster goes for the split. He needs a stun and send up. Trixie flies. Someone can't get either. They're all out, while up in the trees, Honey is waiting. He doesn't have mana to TP out, but Empire have no way to see him without Midnight pulsing the tree line. And that's
that
on
engage
cooldown.
from Resolution was actually going to turn out pretty well if he used his BKB. He saw all the 4 heroes before he went on the bench. He knew they were there, and he wanted to be cocky with his BKB, I guess, and use it in the last minute, dodging a projectile or something. But that was just bound to fail, not using the BKB there. He got to pay for it immediately. So it does turn out 1 for 2. I think it was a 2 for 2 all in all. No, 2 for 1. Io didn't die there, so Fnatic gonna be happy with that.
I died in the mid lane.
Yeah, but that was before that. I don't count that as part of that fight, I guess. That was a different instance.
Fair enough.
But yeah, regardless, Fnatic I think are going to be happy with that. They're still 10,000 gold behind, but it's stalling out. That's the most important thing. When you're far behind, the way most games end is that one team just keeps gaining, but it's not happening right now. Fnatic are finding good kills. Mac this time.
I heard Centaur ulti and I was watching the top lane like, where the hell are they going? Because everyone else is on the bottom lane. You kind of forget like Mag is like the straggling sheep up on the top lane, but they're waiting. Midnight Pulse, Disruptor, and No-Tell. It's like, oh, the attack! Positive glimpse! Way! What the hell? Disruptor Thunderstrike killed him after the glimpse sent him back towards the top lane.
Oh, really?
That's actually what ended up happening. The Thunderstrike was on him.
That's hilarious. But he had to go for the glimpse there, else it would have been too late. That was his last chance at being in range, so. But still got the kill. And a fairly... Am I being a little biased towards Fnatic if I'm saying this is an even game right now? They're 8,000 gold behind, but it just doesn't feel that way.
I don't think you are, just based on the fact that Tiny Wisp combo is over on Fnatic. So no matter what happens here, we still have to understand and respect the fact that a Wisp Tiny can easily just destroy offlane towers by themselves. And if you get a good crit cleave, like he's already got a Chrysalis, didn't actually buy a Yasha or a Hyperstone, not looking anything like the Assault Cuirass. We're going for basically 1 swing, 1 win. And that kind of stuff can just turn a fight straight away. If Resolution
he can also die as fast though. He's got 8 armor. That
is true. But he has a DD rune inside the bottle. So right now, the 1 swing, 1 win, I'm going to back a little bit more.
It is pretty likely to happen. If he gets the Daedalus before the DD rune gets used, then definitely. I don't think he will have it in time for that though, but the concern you still got to have for Fnatic though is that they have 1 BKB counter, and that's Vengeful Swap. There's nothing else.
Trixie.
And if the BKBs
Jump
get used
up,
correctly...
Mag's in! Wolfstomp not going to win though. And now the Glimpse going to drag back Trixie. The Brewlings have split themselves around, and BKB from Resolution. It's because the Black Hole, it caught out Wisp as well as Excalibur. They relocated into the river and into the middle of Team Empire. And now Fly is going to get completely mowed by Resolution. Double kill for the Templar Assassin. A full Chrysalis now gets completed up from him. And this will also be a critical timing because Roshan is going to go down. The double buyback and the TPing out. Fnatic want to fight this one. Empire may just be happy with the trade-off. They may be happy with the fact they got a double buyback, and now they're coming out to fight. Trixie, already the first one. Hani ravages from inside the pit, but Silence BKB will protect him. Trixie, the buff up was coming from the Wisp, but now he's just trying to TP out. Mistakes, he wants to correct them. He got away to safety, but he still lost his teammates. Wisp is still on the sideline, so is the VS, and Excalibur in the middle lane. We have a death buyback right now. And 23-13. The question is from Empire with Ravage down, do they quickly take Roshan and breach high ground, or are they just happy to go back and farm up?
I think they wait for their ultimates, and then they go and actually end the game. There's no reason to throw away this Aegis on a gambled fight, where sure they know Ravage is down, but that's the only thing that's going to be down for Fnatic. Empire, on the other hand, are lacking the Brewmaster ultimate as well as Black Hole and Static Storm, only for another 10 seconds, so that one would be ready. But two crucial ultimates are on cooldown, and Enigma's also dead. He won't make it there on time. So Empire can't base siege right now, but they're going to be very happy with the trade they got regardless here. Pretty big, absolutely huge for them. They also forced the buyback, and Fnatic still lost the fight. They died like 4 or 5 heroes for 2 kills and a lost Roche.
Actually, check out the experience difference too, just to see how much they lost.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah. And like, you think about all the items that follow up off that. Like, you've already got the BK beats, which I know will be getting massively triggered. Like, what's Silence actually down to on that one? 7 seconds. So that's still okay for him. But Disruptor is really close. Like, where is it? Like, okay, he's 1,500 gold away from having his Aghanim. I know it's not a critical thing, but these items are starting to arrive. Like Brewmaster Aghanims with Blink Dagger, Blink Mech, BKB, and 1,200 gold over on the Enigma. Please finish treads as he blinks away from Trixie.
I think he's going to travel.
Wait, where'd the Wisp relocate go to? Oh, he came in by himself after he realized Trixie failed the gank. He may as well stay connected to Trixie, because Trixie has to leave this top lane right now.
Yeah. And that one fight, I'm happy that this happened, because that was what I was expecting could be happening. The Black Hole on the relocate, it happened right there, and it was beautifully played by Always Wanna Fly.
Ultimate out from Silent. Okay, maybe he's not dead.
Got him.
Yep. Drag him back, and Brewmaster steals the kill.
Pretty close, but Manscore made it on time.
You almost actually think about, like, what actually, Empire used to be a team that played Blink Dagger on the Disruptor, just for that exact reason, so we can get there in time for the glimpses.
I think it was also the most popular build in the TI4 qualifiers, at least the American one. One of the players on Sneaky Nyx Assassins, I think it was, Whitebeard, was picking it like every game as first item, and he was just ganking constantly.
Yeah.
It's a really cool item on Disruptor, actually, but I also like not getting it. Getting something else for Vanscore here, I think, was a better choice. More tankability to earn, etc.
They called out Hani. Hani's got no mana. He can't TP. Centaur ulti. Welcome back to the fun tales. Hani is locked here. He just accepts the fact he is dead. Resolution came in to help out as well. And is that a full dead? It's a full deadless coming out for Resolution. And Mag's also got plate mail to add to this Brewmaster.
And they only used Static Storm. This is probably Rax. I don't see how Fnatic can fight into this. They can get a really good initiation. As long as Always Wanna Fly doesn't get caught, you know what's going to happen. He'll BKB Blink Black Hole or just BKB Black Hole, because they have to commit with the Tiny. And he will be exposed, and it's going to be an easy pick-off. So the Enigma pick against Wisp or IO Tiny in this game has been really useful. And when I was saying it before the game started, I was like, this is a thing that could happen, but it really did happen.
Oh, Trixie. That glimpse was too early.
Okay.
The glimpse was just a little bit too early after he blinked it and just basically woofed the hoof stomp. But this is going to be now the tier 3 tower going down, and Resolution with a Daedalus in hand as well as an Aegis the Immortal backing him up. He's still got 3 minutes on this Aegis too, so if they destroy everything they got at him, it's not going to be enough, and they jump into Resolution. To Excalibur. Yep, pulling him back. And the wall's up.
They're gonna have to relocate him
Full stomp. Really nice though from Trixie. Catching out too. Did the double edge as well, but now Meld Strike. Trixie is dead. Stunned up again on the way out. And that's going to be the mid racks going down. Excalibur back in, but Silent. Like he's going to... Oh, there's your hole. There's your hole. No tell. There's a swap out. Actually stopped the Enigma Black Hole, but the damage was already done. He got 2 seconds off in the duration, which meant there was enough time for the rest of Empire just to stand there, steal and deliver. And that's just everyone dead apart from Hani. He's got Ravage, but no one to follow it up. The mid-racks will go, and they'll probably just rotate top.
I wonder if we're going to get a close game. The games we've had so far have been really one-sided. Empire has just been completely running away with this one, just like they did in Game 1. And I hope for Game 4 that we get a little more of a close game. And again, I don't know if I want to... I said in the first game that Empire might have just had a better draft and really locked down the Tinker. And second game, I said Fnatic outplayed Empire. I feel like this is the third scenario where Empire just outplays Fnatic. I don't think they've got significantly better draft, but they just made so good use of Disruptor. They got a lot out of Templar Assassin in the mid lane in the beginning, and Viper had free farm and did a lot, and Brewmaster, I think Mag plays a really solid Brewmaster. Pretty much everyone on Empire in this game, all of them did a very good job, landed the spells they needed to land, made the right decisions on when to go in, and not really many mistakes to find here. So, very nicely done by Empire. They're now up 2-1, and I think with how Empire are playing in the games they win, I think winning 2 games straight now for Fnatic, they're going to have to win on strategy in one of the games. I don't think they will just flat out outplay them in 2.
Agreed. Agreed. But let's see what strategy they're going to bring us. Short break time again, and we'll be back here. Game number 4 up next.